We would have read Bhagavad Gita and we wouldn't have known anything. It's because of Prabhupada's Bhaktivedanta purports. Even Ishopanishad, it's an Upanishad. We can't even understand what the mantra says unless Prabhupada gives a translation word to word meaning the purports. So purports of Srila Prabhupada are like transcendental ecstasies. Actually, it is very, very important to read this purports. Okay, so Prabhupada says here that we should know about Krishna. So once somebody who knows about Krishna's name, form, quality, pastimes, and also will know this temporary world is temporary, the material creations, and even the temporary demigods. Why is demigod saying as temporary? Why is it saying temporary demigods? Because
They don't give
impression. They don't. They can fall down.
Yes, Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Demigods are temporary because they are part and parcel of Krishna, and they also get that power from Krishna. And because once it's also like if you worship Krishna, then the automatic it's like serving the root of the banyan tree.
No, the question is why are demigods temporary? Yes, Dinesh Prabhu.
Mataji, because they have a life span and they are subject to it.
Yes. So even Brahma says, no, Abrahma Bhuvanarloka Punaravartinarjuna. Or it is also said that when Hiranyakashipu asked for immortality, Brahma himself says, even I die. So that means it's a place, a position. You can't say the president is it's a permanent position. No, it's a temporary position. Like any time anybody else can become the president. Similarly, the demigod, it's all a post and it's temporary. Okay, in that way. So, and one who knows this, and we should know about this material world. Like, why should we know about this material world? Anyway, this material world is temporary. So it is said we should know about the material world. Why should we know about this material world? Kanchan Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, we need to know this material world so that we can get out of this material world. Having knowledge about this material world and in reference to this material world, what spiritual world is, we could understand very nicely.
Okay, Sumalata Mataji. Sumalata.
Hare Krishna Mataji, to be out of danger, Mataji, to be on the safer side, Mataji. If we very well know the material.
So Krishna says this material world is 1/4, right? Ekam Shena Sthito Jagat. So rest 3/4 is the spiritual world. So unless you know the 1/4, you won't be able to know the 3/4. And if you know it's temporary, then we will not settle down here permanently. We will try to get out of this. And as Mother said, yes, we have to know it so that we get out of this material world. And yes, we don't have the desire to come back again. Yes, that is also one more reason. Okay, so Krishna made this temporary material world so that we try to get out of this material world. So we have to know about Krishna's name, form, quality, pastimes, as well as know this material world is temporary. And the demigods, the temporary demigods, and they give you temporary results, right? And once you know this, then you can surpass all this creation and then enjoy eternal life of bliss and knowledge. So that's what mantra 14 says. Go to the 15th mantra. Yes, anyone likes to chant the 15th mantra? Yes, Supriti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham tattvam pushan apavruno satyadharmaya drishtaye.
The translation says, O my Lord, sustainer of all that lives, your real face is covered by a dazzling effulgence. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. So what is that covering? The golden effulgence that's covering the Lord?
Brahman.
The Brahman. So the real face is covered by the dazzling effulgence, means Krishna is self-effulgent, and that's the Brahman. But some people, they say that, oh, that's God, that Brahman. But there's a behind this. You can't say the sunlight is the real thing. There is a sun behind it, or the light, and there's a source there. So similarly, the Brahmachodi, but where is it coming from? It has to come from something, some source. That is Krishna. So it is said that this Brahman, which covers the Lord, and he says, please remove these covering. So Prabhupada says the living entity should never be considered the all-powerful supreme truth. If he were the supreme, he would not need to pray to the Lord to remove his dazzling cover so that the living entity could see his real face. And also it said, Maya Shakti also covers the Lord. Maya cannot cover the Lord. Maya is covering our eyes actually. And then Kundi Maharani also says, Maya Javanigachanam Ajnadokshidamavayam Alakshasi Mudatrisha Nato Natyadaroyata. Maya Javanikachanam. The Maya is actually covering our vision, where we are not able to understand the Lord. So Prabhupada says that the demons who are killed by Krishna, they are also immediately transferred to the Brahman effulgence. What mukti is that? Sayuja. Sayuja, right? They get transferred to the Brahman effulgence of the Lord and thus coming back again. But so just imagine the place which is given to the enemies of Krishna. Is that very covetable thing? Like the enemies of Krishna is getting that position. What about devotees? Okay.
No,
So
it is
mantras 15. Why it's skipping some mantras? Mantra 16 is not there. Okay. We have some slide issues. Okay, so here it is Hiranmayena Patrena. Hiranmayena means the golden effulgence that is covering the Lord. So that is the Brahmajyoti. And Brahmanohi Pradishta Aham, Krishna says the Brahmajyoti is this impersonal feature of the Lord. That's also a feature of the Lord which is impersonal. And Krishna have killed so many demons, and all of them, they have got Sayuja Bhakti. Okay, but Sayuja Mukti, the defect is that. What is the defect in Sayuja Mukti?
No service.
No service.
no loving service.
They'll come back again.
Oh, there is something called the hide slide option. How do
Yes, ma'am. You have to just right click and unhide.
why is that coming like that? Okay. Yeah, but I didn't do that. No, nothing like that. It's just not showing. Okay. No, it's not just showing.
It must not be there, Mataji.
That's what I'm just checking. It might be in some other folder. Now, this is the last one. Okay. Yeah, so there is only Brahmananda, as Mataji said, in Sayuja Mukti. So that's why it's not a perfect type of Mukti. What else? What else could be the reason?
Come back again, Mataji.
Back down to
Come
material
back
world.
again.
Come back
They'll be
again.
born again.
Yeah, you have to be born again. Because there's no service, no Sevananda, only Brahmananda. So definitely they come back. Okay, that is why the devotees never ask for Sayuja Mukti. And all the demons, they get this Sayuja Mukti. Okay, so Prabhupada have written a very nice purport for this. So in Mundaka Upanishad also it is said, Hiranmaye Pare Koshe Virajam Brahma Nishkalam. That means in this Hiranmaya, in this Brahman effulgence, the spiritual realm beyond the material covering is unlimited Brahman effulgence, which is free from material contamination. Okay, so that effulgence is Krishna's Brahmajyoti. Hiranmayena Patrena, Hiranmaya. So this Brahmajyoti, what is meditated, that is the impersonal Brahman. So this is the impersonal Brahman, and they merge it. They want to merge into that impersonal Brahman, which a devotee doesn't like to. Okay. So devotee wants others be like Sarupya, Salokya, Samipya, all that, but a devotee doesn't like Sayuja Mukti because there is no service there. The service, the happiness which we get from service is much, much higher than mere liberation itself. Okay. 16th mantra. Yes, yes, Supriti Manaji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pushan ekarshe yamasurya prajapatya vyuha rashmin samuha tejo yatte rupam kalyana tamam tatte pachyami yo asau purushaso aham asmi. Hare Krishna.
It says, O my Lord, O premier philosopher, maintainer of the universe, O regulating principle, destination of pure devotees, well-wishers of the progenitors of mankind, please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays so that I can see your form of bliss. You are the eternal supreme personality of Godhead, like unto the sun as I am. Okay, so he's saying that, okay, please remove that effulgence. Okay, Krishna is covered by the Brahman effulgence, but please remove that so that I can see you that personal form. And that Krishna only can reveal, or a devotee for a devotee. But for a non-devotee, Krishna never reveals. Right? Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavritaha. So Naham prakasha sarvasya. Krishna will not reveal to everybody. But for a devotee, it is here, the destination of pure devotees, well-wishers. For them, Krishna will remove that effulgence so that he can be seen. Like the clouds. Clouds cannot cover the sun. The clouds are covering our vision, our sight. Right? So, but how can the clouds be disseminated or destroyed? Who can destroy the clouds?
Wind.
Wind, miss, wind.
Wind. Wind.
So wind takes away the cloud can go to some other place, no?
Mataji, sunlight.
Sunlight. So that means the sun is only responsible for the clouds also, because the sun will evaporate the water from the river or the sea, and then it comes as
Hare
clouds.
Krishna. We can't hear you, Mataji.
Not able to hear me?
Can
we
hear
can hear
Can hear me.
Maybe you have So it's raining many places. So this network problem. Okay. So, yeah, the sun is only responsible for the creation of the clouds. No, the sun evaporates the water and it comes as the clouds. And who can disseminate the clouds? The sunlight itself. The sunlight has to disseminate the clouds actually. Okay, and it comes back. So as rain. So, so similarly, Krishna only is responsible for that Maya covering of us, or the Brahman effulgence that covers him. But Krishna only has to remove it also, now for us. So that's why it is said in Brahma Samhita, Chinta Mani Pragara Salpadu Kalpa Vriksha Laksha Vadesha Surabir Apipalayandam Lakshmi Sahasrasada Sambrava Sevamanam Govinda Madi Purisham Tamaham Bhajam.
Now you are muted, Mataji. Your voice we can't hear.
Yes. So here it is said about Krishna's, the world, where is Krishna's Goloka, where once Prabhupada was saying, you go to Krishna's world, you have desire tree, no desire tree. So even if there's a like mango tree, you can ask for, Prabhupada says you get mangoes only in this world. But you go to that spiritual world, there's desire tree where you get samosas from the tree. You know, all the disciples started laughing. And Prabhupada's like, no, that's true. Whatever you desire, you get from that tree, whatever eatables. But then the devotees will not desire because they are pure devotees in the spiritual world and they don't want any sense gratification. Yes, they can desire samosa which can be offered to Krishna. Now, that is the main thing there. There is no thirst, hunger or anything in the spiritual world. But for a pastime purpose, they act as if they are having lunch with Krishna and all that. So in Isha prayer, the Isha petitions the Lord to remove the effulgent rays of Brahmajyoti so that the pure devotees can see his beautiful transcendental form. That will be removed. As Krishna gets pleased with your service, Krishna will remove all that. By realizing the impersonal Brahmajyoti, one experiences the auspicious aspects of the Lord. And by realizing Paramatma and the supreme feature, that is the Bhagavan feature, the real enlightenment comes. So Bhagavan is the highest because we know there is an exchange of rasa. I think it's the same thing getting repeated here. Okay, mantra 17 is Neeraja Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Vayur anilam amritam atedam bhasmantam shariram om krato smara kritam smara kritam smara. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Let this temporary body be burned to ashes and let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Now, O my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember that I have done for you all that I have done for you. So here it is said the body is temporary. Okay. So even though it's temporary, it can be used to attain a permanent result of devotion. Because this human form of life is very rare. Only in this form we can do devotion service. So let this body burn to ashes. That's okay. And let the air of life be merged to the total air. That's okay. The prana vayus, not the pranas. But then he's saying that please remember what all service I have done. But is this really required? Does a devotee has to remind the Lord for the services?
No.
No, Mataji.
Because
Mataji.
Krishna knows each and everything, right? Krishna knows each and everything. The thing is that the pure devotee is so anxious and so excited, and he's pleading the Lord, please remember whatever services I have done to you. But actually, we don't have to do that. Krishna knows everything, whatever small thing. Even if we think that nobody have seen the service which I have done, Krishna have seen. So Krishna will reciprocate accordingly. Okay, so here it is said what all activities we have done, hearing about the Lord, glorifying the Lord, remembering the Lord, serving the lotus feet, worshipping, or Shravanam, Kirtanam, all that, the 9 principles. And hearing about the Lord is very important because only by hearing our dormant Krishna consciousness will awake. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sati Kapanay Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta Karayuddai. So Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sadhyaka Baned. You can't have Krishna Bhakti unless Shravanadi Shuddha, unless you hear and make our heart purified. So that's why initially we don't know anything about Krishna consciousness, but we started hearing from our Shiksha Gurus. Right? We heard. Then once we heard, then we realize, oh, okay, we have to chant and we have to do devotional services. And we start hearing again and again. Like in Bhagavatam class, Nityam Bhagavatam, you're coming so that you hear. Yes, Dinesh Prabhu?
Mataji, perhaps this prayer of for God that he may remember whatever has been done by the devotee is for the time when devotee is not in full consciousness, maybe
Yes.
sometimes in coma or some situation, because at that time the devotee will not be able to remember Krishna. So he's praying that please remember, even if I am not able to remember you at the time of leaving body, please remember that whatever I have done to. So it is just a material thought, but it is a prayer for such a moment when he is not in full senses.
Yeah, but a pure devotee doesn't have to do that because Krishna says, Aham smarami bhatbhatta. If a devotee, as Prabhu said, might be in a coma or in a state where he's not able to think about the Lord, then Krishna says, Aham smarami bhatbhatta. I will remember my devotees. So a pure devotee doesn't have to. But that's just the, in the neophyte stage, we, sometimes like when there is a relationship and then there is some problem, the husband, not husband, it might be girlfriend, boyfriend, or even husband and wife, they fight. Like, what all I have done for you, what all sacrifice I have done for you. Now, when they fight, like I have even spoken against my parents for you, and that this, and a girlfriend might send to the boyfriend when they are in emotionally things. Actually, you don't have to remind that person. That person knows. But then sometimes this is what is the neophyte stage. We just say. So in that way, so like in a neophyte stage, as Prabhu said, in a material concept, we're just reminding the Lord. Actually, it's the Lord who actually inspired us to do and gave us that intelligence to do things. So we don't have to, sometimes in materialistic world, what happens, the other person try to forget what we have done to them. So we have to keep reminding them or just tell them, see what all I have done to you so that you value that service they have done. But for Krishna, that's not actually required because Krishna knows everything and each and everything will be repaid, but not that moment might be. But as it is said, yam yam vapi smaran bhavati chittande kalaivaram. So at the end, Krishna will then give that ante narayana smriti if we have that desire to do so. So here in this purport, mantra 17, Prabhupada gives so many examples of who reached perfection by what. Okay. So by hearing, who reached perfection by hearing? What's the example given?
Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj.
Then Kirtanam.
Sukhdev.
Goswami. Goswami is given here. Then Smarana. Remembering
Prahlad.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Prayers.
Yes.
Akrura.
Gaji.
Akrura. Worshipping the Lord.
Ritu Maharaj.
Serving the lotus feet.
Lakshmi Devi.
Devi. And Dasya Bhav.
Hanuman.
Sakya.
Lord Hanuman.
Arjuna.
And Atma Nivedana.
Bali Maharaj.
And all 9 was done by.
Amrish Maharaj.
Amrish Maharaj.
So here Prabhupada says, about Amrish Maharaj, yes, who have done all these 9 devotional service. So actually, all these 9 devotional service need not be done. At least 1 or 2, if we do it in perfection. So Shravanam and Kirtanam can be done by everybody. And complete Bhagavatam was heard by Maharaj Parikshit and chanted by Shukadeva Goswami. And Maharaj Parikshit inquired about from Shukadeva Goswami because Shukadeva was a greater spiritual master, greater yogi and transcendentalist. So Maharaj Parikshit also asked, what is the duty of every man? Tasmat Bharata Sarvatman Bhagavan Ishwaro Hari Shrotavyam Kirtadasya Smartavyasche Chatapayam. So we have to hear about Krishna, glorify Krishna, then that bhaya or the fear will go away. Okay, so this is what it says here. How Shukadeva Goswami is answering. So Prabhupada says here, Karto, the supreme beneficiary, and is the Lord, and what please remember what all I have done for you. So that's what the devotee is saying to Krishna. So even at the time of death, if the devotee does not remember his service to the Lord does not forget him. Krishna says, Aham smarami bhakvatta. This prayer is given to remind the Lord of the devotee's sacrifices. But even if there is no such reminder, the Lord does not forget the service rendered by his pure devotees. Krishna will never forget. Even now in this material world, people will keep forgetting what all you have sacrificed, you have done, like the parents doing for the child, or the husband for the wife for the husband. That will in material world they'll forget. No, they don't value it. But in the spiritual world, Krishna, oh yes, last Ekadashi you put one tulsi at my lotus feet, or 1 year back you gave nice khichdi or sweet rice you made and offered. Everything Krishna remembers. Everything. So that we can't satisfy anybody in this material world, but Krishna can be satisfied very easily. Little bit love and devotion, then Krishna is satisfied. Okay. So, okay, so we'll see the last sloka, that is sloka number 18. Yes, Mataji, can we just quickly chant?
Mataji, can I chant?
Yeah, yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Agne nayasu patharaye asman vishwani deva vayunani vidvan yoyothyasmachuhurana meno huisthante nama uktim vidhema. Shall I read the translation?
Hare Krishna. So it say, oh my Lord, as powerful as fire, oh omnipotent one. Now I offer all falling on the ground at your feet, oh my Lord, please lead me on the right path to reach you. And since you know all that I have done in the past, please free me from the reactions of my past sins so that there will be no hindrance to my progress. So this is our real prayer actually. No, please forgive me for all the sins which we have done. So we might have been sinful in our previous life. Definitely we are, but in different grades. Okay. So here it is said that we have, please Lord, forget my sin. So he's saying that whatever sin I have done in the past, please free from the reactions of that. Okay, from the reactions. So what are the reactions of the sin? Whatever sin we did, what are the reactions? Two types of reactions for the sin.
Prarabdha karma, prarabdha. Manifested and unmanifested.
Manifested and unmanifested. Is prarabdha stage and aprarabdha. Right? That is manifested and manifested. So what are the manifested reactions for the sin?
What we are suffering now.
Sufferings.
Yeah, what are the
Klesha.
Birth taken in.
no.
Health,
Disease,
Distress.
disease,
Ignorance, ugly,
ugliness,
becoming poor,
poverty, no
illiterate,
education.
illiteracy. Okay, so disease, some legal issues, then what do you say?
Poverty.
Poverty, illiteracy, all that comes as the prarabdha stage or whatever we are suffering. Okay, these are the prarabdha stage. Then unmanifested or aprarabdha stage, that is later, it will be manifested later. So these are for the sin. Okay, the others are pious deeds. Birth is also because of our sinful activities only, but that's like for everyone, no? Everyone will be undergoing that changes of birth, death, old age, and disease. So here, by surrendering to the Lord and praying for his causeless mercy, Krishna will forgive all our sinful reactions. And it is said that, Prabhupada says, we have to pray so that Krishna forgives us for our sinful reactions. The statement says is, the statement said is that we have to go in front of the Lord and be shameful or ashamed to talk about our sins to the Lord. So with our tears in our eyes, we should ask for forgiveness. So it says, after many lifetimes of cultivating transcendental knowledge, one become perfect when he surrenders to the Lord. And Lord at once take charge of a surrendered soul. So if we go and pray to Krishna like that, and then from that time onwards, we'll be taken charge by the Lord. So there are many sinful reactions involved in karma kanda activities, whereas in jnana kanda, the path of philosophical development, the number of such sinful activities is smaller. But in devotional service, the path of bhakti, there is practically no chance of incurring sinful reactions. Because the more we chant, what happens? All the sin, the bija, kuta, falonmukha, all that gets destroyed. Okay, and devotee automatically attains the qualification of an expert brahmana. So we have to follow. So this is sloka from Bhagavatam. It says, Swapada Moolam Bajada Priyasya Tyaktanta Pavashya Hari Paresha Vikarmayat Chotpadidam Kadanchit Dunodi Sarvam Vidhi Sannivishta. So whatever sinful reactions we have done, everything will be taken care just by devotional service. The devotees are very dear to the Lord, right? So even if the devotee falls down, do some vikarma, goes against the Vedic directions, Lord at once rectifies such mistakes. Which is that sloka from Bhagavad Gita, which says that
Apicheta duracharo bhajate mam ananya bhakti mantavya samyak vyavastito hi sa.
Shifram bhavati dharmatma shashvat chandi negativchari kaundeya prajanihi name bhakta pranashidhya. Apiche sudaracharo. So even if you've done some durachar and fallen down, still Krishna sadhu reva samandavya. Mandavya means you have to consider him sadhu because he is in devotional service. So it says so you have to hate the sin, not the sinner. So in that way. Okay, and yasya deve parabhaktir yada deve tada guru. We have to take shelter of our guru, a spiritual master. Then with the grace of the Lord, we can overcome all those anarthas in us. So hearing and chanting has to be done. And Prabhupada says, then only we can become fixed in our devotional service. So Sri Ishopanishad, the knowledge brings one nearer to the Supreme Personality Godhead because we are knowing more about the Lord. So the concluding quote says, the entire process is hindered in this mantra, that is mantra 18. So Srimad Bhagavatam also explains it further. So that's the verse which I quoted. So the whole mantra summarized here. That is 11 point. So 1 to 17 to 20, it is here said that the hearing and chanting of the glories of the Lord has to be done. Lord wants everyone to hear and chant his glories because he's a well-wisher. But not everyone is interested in that, no, because they misuse their minute independence. If we want to live without Krishna consciousness or enjoy the material world, Krishna will give you full chance or full facility for that, but to forget Krishna. But if you want to remember Krishna and live in his devotional service, then again, Krishna will give you the facilities to live like that. So we can decide. We have that minute independence. So if we misuse, then we go to the lower animal species. The devotee becomes fully enlightened by virtue of his devotional service, and he comes to know the path of the Lord and the way to attain him. All the doubts are diminished, and he becomes a pure devotee. So hearing and chanting of the glories of the Lord in itself is piety. By hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, one becomes cleansed of all undesirable things. And then one's devotion becomes fixed. At this stage, the devotee acquires Brahmanical qualification, and the effect of lower modes of nature, passion and ignorance completely goes away. So hearing and chanting itself is piety. Like chanting the holy name, is it a punya karma?
Yes, Mataji.
No, Mataji.
No, Mataji, it's akarma.
Akarma.
It's akarma. See, if you have punya, then you go to heavenly planets. Chanting the holy name is actually akarma. It will vanquish all your karma, punya and papa. Some people, they feel bad. They feel that only papa karma should be vanquished and punya should be there. No. Even if punya is there, again you come back in this material world to enjoy that punya. And while enjoying the punya, definitely we have the 4 defects, committing mistakes. We commit mistakes again. So there's always risk. So punya is also kind of dangerous for us. But if you do it in Krishna consciousness, like you want to give charity, offer to Krishna and then use it in charity. You want to give food, give prasadam. So if you do that, then that is akarma. So devotion, chanting the holy name is akarma. There's no, so once Nimai Pandit, like he had a lot of students, no? He was teaching Nyaya philosophy. When he went to Gaya for his father's last ceremony, the process of his final death process. And then that time he met Ishwarapuri, and that's when he got the mantra. So after coming back, Nimai Pandit was completely in transcendental ecstasy that he was teaching the students all about Krishna. So at night when Nimai Pandit was sleeping, he was chanting, what name did he chant? Does anyone know? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted whose name in his sleep? Yes, Manasi Mataji.
Mataji, is it Gopi?
Yeah, the Gopi's name. Okay, so he was just going on when he was in deep sleep, he was going on chanting Gopi, Gopi, Radhe, Radhe. And all were like, what is he saying? He can chant Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, but why is he calling Gopi? And he's Nimai Pandit at that time. But nobody knew that he is Krishna in separation from Radharani. I mean, he is Krishna, but in the bhava of Radharani. So why is he doing this ecstasy? Like, why is he? So all the students started criticizing him, and Nimai Pandit with a stick started running behind that student because he wanted to make them understand what his bhava was. He was in a prema stage. He was in separation from them. So he was in that stage. So later on, Mahaprabhu decided that yes, I being a grihastha in this stage, people will not able to understand me. So let me take sannyas. And that time there was no Vaishnav sannyas, only Mayavadi sannyasi. So he took from a Mayavadi sannyasi, so that when you see a sannyasi, even Mayavadis, they pay obeisances. So while paying the obeisances to the sannyasi, who is Bhagavan Krishna Swayam, so they might get some kind of Ajnana Sukriti. Okay, so here Mahaprabhu says, by chanting the holy name, it's not piety. You're chanting Gopi's name, Radha name, it's not piety. It's akarma. It's completely akarma. So what we are doing is, while chanting, we are crushing all the sinful reactions of our karma. But still a devotee suffers. That is Krishna's special mercy. He's supposed to suffer so much. Krishna made it very less for a devotee. So we are actually crushing all the sins which are yet to suffer also. Because we all have prarabdha and aprarabdha karma. Might be in this life, some person is suffering. We are enjoying, or in the so-called enjoyment. But in the next life, we might suffer. So better take up to Krishna consciousness, so that whatever we might have to suffer also gets crushed. The devotee becomes fully enlightened by virtue of his devotional service, and thus he comes to know the path of the Lord and the way to attain him. As all doubts diminish, he becomes a pure devotee. That's what mantra it says. Srila Prabhupada teacher. Okay. Yeah, Subha Mataji, there's so rain. Heavy rain there. Yes, I understand. In Kerala, it was raining. Even here, Mangalore side, it's raining. So that's okay. That's why I could not go live initially. Some Wi-Fi problem. Okay. So, oh, you're in Chennai. Okay. I think in North, it's so hot. No, it's so much heat is there. And here in South, it's raining. So all this Adi Devi Klesha is always all with us. That's also one kind of misery. We're not free from all these miseries. Definitely Adi Klesha, this Adi Devi Klesha is also disturbing us. If it's hot, too hot. If it's raining, too much rain. Or if it's cold, too much cold. It's all extreme climate.
Mataji, shall I ask you one question?
Uh,
Mataji, we have passed 84 lakh thousand species of life and come to human life, no? But they say that what all karmas we have done in our previous births we are facing. But animals don't take any sins, no, Mataji. But if we were born as human being in the last birth and we have committed sins, that only, no, we are suffering now. Is it like that?
Yeah, you get a human form of life, and so animal doesn't have a karma. If a lion eats a deer, there is no karma. But yes, we got a human form and we did some sinful sins. That's the reaction we are suffering. And how many 4 lakhs human, no, Mataji? It's not like one life or 7 lives. It's Chaturlakshani Manava based on the consciousness. So we have got a human form, and based on your karma, you can. It's not like you have to go through all these 84 lakh species. It depends on the karma. If you got a human form and you have not didn't do any sinful reactions, and then you won't have to go suffer more. You might go to heavenly planets and again take a rebirth and then do devotional service and go back. So it depends on what karma we did. But yes, as you said, you got a human form and we did some sin. That reactions we are suffering. But if we have done too much sin, then we degrade to an animal. And for so much time, we'll be in that particular body where we have to suffer. But animals doesn't have sin. But then whatever sin we have done in the human form, we are suffering with it.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So human form is good in one way so that we can overcome all the sinful reactions. And that's the best way is taking Ekadashi and chanting the holy name. I mean, doing devotional service, hearing Shravanam, Kirtanam, all that. So because Krishna himself says to Uddhava, Yadakni Shushuda Ramshi Karoti Etamsi Basmasa Tatamat Vishya Bhakti Utpaideva Krishna Sa Yadamat Vishya Bhakti. Yadagni Shushuda Ramshi, Agni, like the fire burns the wood to ashes, Basmasa. No? Similarly, Krishna says to Uddhava, Mat Vishya Bhakti, if you do Bhakti to Krishna, then Utpaideva Krishna Sa, all the sinful reactions gets crushed. But it depends on how sincerely we are doing it. Yes, Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I have a question. That is, it is said that Krishna covers himself in the Brahman effulgence, and he doesn't reveal himself to the non-devotees, or only reveals himself to the devotees. Why doesn't Krishna give the non-devotees a chance by revealing himself to them, only to and always keeps himself covered?
Now, because non-devotees will not able to accept Krishna. Like for example, there is an iron rod which is red hot, and this iron rod has to be taken by a person. But if that person is not completely insulated or with bare hands, he can't even touch the iron rod. It will be very hot. So first we should have that qualifications to know Krishna. Then only Krishna will reveal himself. Otherwise, they will consider Krishna cheaply, or like Mayavadis. They think that he's just an ordinary person. Maybe Krishna is just an ordinary person. They try to do offense to Krishna or do more aparad, and they don't benefit by understanding Krishna. So, and they don't want it. They don't have the desire also. If a soul wants to have that desire, then Krishna reveals. Otherwise, Krishna remains hidden, and they don't have a mercy of a pure devotee. So it is said that to get pure devotional service, we should do service to a pure devotee. Satam, Kripa, and Mahat Seva. So non-devotees or atheistic people are so envious of Krishna. They don't like Krishna getting glorified. So definitely, Krishna also remains unrevealed to him. Like, for example, you have your friends and one of the friend keeps a distance from you. You also keep a distance. You don't interact much with that person. But there's another friend who actually, keep on inquiring about you and your family and everything. You also feel so comfortable to open up to them. So Krishna is like that. Ye yadamam prapatyande. Okay, the non-devotees approach Krishna in that way. Krishna remains hidden for them.
Thank you,
Jyoti
Mataji.
Mataji.
Mataji, I wanted to ask, like you said, there are two types of.
One second. Please post that reference link. I completely forgot. I'll open the chat so that co-host can. Yes, Jyoti Mataji.
Mataji, you were saying that like our karma phalas are of two types. One that are fructified and others that are yet not fructified. So I want to ask, there is also one, like suppose a sinful desire enters the heart regarding someone. So is that also the cause of some previous bad karma in some life? That a sinful desire merged in my mind?
Yes, the desires will not come on its own, Mataji. Either it's due to some bad association or because of bad thoughts, but definitely it has a past link. Unless, just imagine we are so sinful in our previous life, because the subtle body also comes with the soul, no? Mind, intelligence, and false ego. So there will be some kind of trace from the previous life. That's why that sinful desire comes. So that's why Prabhupada says, you have to take to devotional service so that the desire itself just goes away. You know? So Prabhupada says that, no, we have to. So yes, that's because of some trace from previous janma.
One more thing I want to ask, like when I was a child, I used to eat non-veg, and I ate till my dental college until I left it when I was bullied. So and I read Bhagavad Gita. So I want to know, had I committed some sinful offense in my previous some life that I eat that dirty food? There were so many children who were pure vegetarians and who didn't even touch egg.
That is Shuchinam. Yeah, that is Shuchinam Srivadangehe. Definitely those who are born vegetarian in this life, who have never done any sinful. So that's definitely a pious thing, Mataji. Definitely they have done some sukritis in previous life. Definitely. It's Shuchinam Srimadam Gehe. It's like they're born in a higher family so that they've given that culture. That's because of their previous punya or previous sukritis. They were devotees from previous life. And definitely you are also devotee from previous life. Only some bad karma, some karma that you are born in such and such family. And it's not like Prabhupada says, it's not like the child asks for non-veg. It's the parents who actually push it, no? my cousin is actually making the child eat non-veg. But is the child demanding? Like initially, when it's just growing, the child doesn't know what's a vegetarian dish, what or not. Whatever the mother gives, the child eat, right? So it's actually, Prabhupada says, the child doesn't even have that freedom to say, I want this. No. But then what happens in few years, you yourself changed because of the holy name and everything, and Prabhupada's mercy and Krishna made it happen so that karma is over. Some karma was there and it's over. Whatever we did because of ignorance, that time we don't know, right? Eating a fish or a chicken is a sin. We never knew it. So it's not sinful. But even after knowing it, we continue to do it. That is sin. So whatever sin we have done till now, once you take up to Krishna consciousness, everything is taken care. Krishna takes care of everything. Because now you realize the mistake what you did. But even after knowing it, still there are people, no, after coming to ISKCON, still they continue to break the regulative principles. That is very sinful because you're chanting Hare Krishna on one side and on the other side you're breaking the regulative principles. What bhakti is that? Krishna will not be happy with it. That type of bhakti. They might be doing a show of bhakti, but that will not take them anywhere. At least next life, they can have a good good life, but good devotee life. But then this all because of past karma, Mataji. Karma, law of karma is very tricky. We won't be able to understand. It's
Mataji, if we were devotees in the last birth, then why did we born as devotee by birth? Why at this age so late? So all these years is a waste.
That's
Really,
what some karma was there. First of all, some karma. Second is we didn't do so much devotion service in last life. Who are born as devotees in this life have done so much devotional service in previous life, Mataji. They would have done more than 50% might be. That's why from birth, they're able to hear Harinam, have Prasadam, have devotee association, because they've done more than 50%. So they deserve to come in a devotee family. But we may not have reached 50 also, no? We might be have written like might be 10, 20, something. I don't know how much, but might be. And then some karma. If you are born in a devotee family, then you have good karma, good things. But we have some kind of a karma bond with the family members in our family, because you can't be born. You have a karma to be shared with your parents, no? You have a karma to be shared with your husband, your children. So that has to happen. So they have not done devotional service in their previous life. So you are forced to be born there. And then you also, because of your Ajnana Sukriti, you have done devotional service in previous life. Krishna sends a devotee, Krishna sends some Bhagavad Gita class, something, and then you take up devotions. You revive your consciousness. Oh, yes, I've done my devotional service in previous life. Let me get into devotional service. Next life, this life, if we become serious and do more than 50%, next life, definitely they'll be born in a devotee family, right? But it also depends how sincerely you are doing. There are Kripa Siddhas, like just by mercy of Krishna also, you can go back in this life also. We don't know. Nobody can know what is Krishna's plan. Might be we are suffering so much in this life so that Krishna wants to take us back home, back to Godhead faster. No, Krishna don't want to give us more janmas. Might be Krishna is taking away all our sinful reactions and he's purifying us so that we can go back. It depends on Krishna. It's Krishna's wish. We can't force Krishna. It's called Sadhana Siddhas, Kripa Siddhas, and Nitya Siddhas. So it's Kripa Siddhas. It's just by mercy of Krishna we can go back. Sadhana Siddhas, you have to do sadhana so perfectly, then only we can go back. But Kripa Siddha, the mercy is, what they say, great. It's a great mercy. You can also get the mercy from Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj if you do some service, anything, no? Any good service, Krishna will help. Shubhamai Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, planning to come to for the celebration. Mataji, when do you want me to come? Because I have thought I would come on 16, but some of our from our group, they are coming on 14th and they're returning on 20th or by 19th. So when do you suggest Mataji to come?
As early as possible. If you can on 14th, you can come on 14th. So much of service will be there. I can come back, go back on 20th, however possible. But if you have some responsibility at home and you can't come early, then you can come on 16th. Whatever. It's up to you, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. I'll come on 14 and I'll stay up to 22.
Yeah.
At least I'll
whatever
do
possible,
more.
like however possible, please do come so that there's a lot of service. Once you come, you'll know there's a lot of things to do. So we need devotees. But as Prabhu said, don't take return tickets.
No return tickets.
Whether I understand as Grihasthas, it's not possible, no, to just leave family. And even though we want to, but then there is again karma binding us. So let's pray. Let's pray to Krishna that as soon as possible, please allow us to serve Radha Govinda full time, and all of you come. How nice it would be, no?
If supposing Mataji, I come there, I buy a flat and stay there, how would it be like? I wonder sometimes, no? As I picturize myself, I'll be all alone there, leaving all back home.
Yeah, many devotees, and Prabhu is planning for something like that, where devotees can stay, take a flat or something and stay. And Prabhu, like a community, no? Prabhu is planning, like it's just that the temple has to be completed, and then Prabhu is really planning for that. So, and also he wants so many Bhakti Shastri teachers so that we can have an institute here, like a Bhakti Shastri institute where devotees come, learn and go. So you can all start teaching. So Prabhu was saying that we should have so many Bhakti Shastri teachers. Bhakti Shastri teachers, nothing. You should complete Bhakti Shastri. You should do TTC 1 and 2. Some of you have already done TTC 1. We'll see if Lord Krishna Prabhu is arranging for a teacher's training course. We'll announce and you can all come. It's just a 5 days course with Lord Krishna Prabhu. He'll teach you how to teach, how to make the session interactive. It's an amazing session by Lord Krishna Prabhu. So we'll see. Hopefully he's coming August. I think so. Prabhu is inviting him. So if he's free, he'll come.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji.
So more than a DT worship, Prabhu wants a preaching center. More than that. So like a residential college. Now, where people go to Vrindavan, Mayapur, stay and do the studies of Shastra. So like that.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I just wish this is our last class, wish to update. In the last 3 years, since I got connected to ISKCON Mangalore, one side of my family has, and their extended family has become completely Krishna conscious. In fact, my husband was very surprised. He was traveling last week, and the extended family and their extended family were traveling with him for some work, and they all got up at 4 in the morning, and everybody was chanting, and he was very surprised. And they gave reference that your wife is also doing it, and the entire reference came down to ISKCON Mangalore. So this is how our connection has become.
So nice. That's very, very nice. Like the whole family, it's always nice if your husband is also supportive or a wife is supportive, because that really matters in your devotional service. So, but we can't force, and we can't make them hate Krishna consciousness. But slowly, always chant one round, extra round for them, whoever that is. And finally, Krishna will make it happen, but it takes some time. You should have a lot of patience. But it's always nice to know that families are changing and so much of happiness is coming because of ISKCON, because of Prabhupada actually, nothing, not for us. The whole credit goes to Ramanishta Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada, and our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. If he was not given the order, Prabhu would have never started the online course, right? So it's Guru Maharaj's order, and just fulfilling the order, they get a lot of mercy. That's why the temple is manifesting. I just heard one temple, it's in South India. They have started building it 10 years back. 10 years back, they started construction and still it's not complete. And I was like, what about our temple? Just came in 2 years, 2 or 3 years, and not 3, less than that. So this is definitely Krishna's special mercy coming up. So let's see how Krishna is planning you to bring here. Only thing is you should have that sincere desire to serve. Krishna, let me also, okay, so many janmas I've just wasted. This one life, let me give to Krishna. So Krishna will soon make you all settle down so that all your responsibilities are over and can come. Responsibility will never be over. Once an old man was asking his wife, now I've done everything. I have made my children educated, made them get married. They also have grandchildren, and I've done all the properties. Everything is done. I'm retired. Now at least let me go to do bhajan or just leave family and pick sannyas, something like that. So the wife said, where are you going? How will drop the grandson to the school every day? So things will keep coming, karmic things will keep coming. But if you want to take that one decision to serve Krishna, so much sacrifice you have to do. Some sacrifice you have to do. It's not easy. You can't have material life as well as spiritual life together. Some sacrifice you have to do, but that's up to you, how you take it. Krishna will help, but you should take that one step, and then you see the magic. Krishna will mold your life. Yes, Dinesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Apparently, it seems today is the last class of
Yeah, we are done. Actually, when is the exam?
Shastri.
When is the exam, we said?
4th
July.
July.
So we have 27th and 2nd. Might be next week, means 27th, we can have a revision of Ishopanishad. And
Yes.
2nd, you can take a break. And 4th, be ready. So
Yes,
27th, we'll have a revision of Ishopanishad. All the mantras will go through.
Anyway, the regular teaching is over. So I would like to express on behalf of all the students over here, our sincere gratitude and pay obeisances unto you for all the knowledge, inspiration, and everything that you have done for us. And we are definitely on some positive side of progress. And really, we are so grateful to you, Mataji, all that knowledge you have
It's
given.
all Prabhu's,
And
Namaste Prabhu's
opportunities also,
mercy and
particularly for me,
Prabhu's mercy.
taking classes of kids, then level 1 and level 2. It had been a great journey and indeed a great experience. Transformation has occurred, Mataji, just
No, your
because of
dedication, Prabhu. At this age, we don't know whether I'll be alive itself or to be so enthusiastic to serve. Your enthusiasm. Like I just call him, he's ready for any class, any time of the day. Prabhu is ready for the class. So that enthusiasm at that age, it's not easy. It's not easy, but then the enthusiasm he shows in Krishna consciousness, it's very nice.
Your
Yes,
inspiration,
Shraddha,
Mataji.
Shraddha Mataji.
Your inspiration and
Yeah,
motivation
Hare
also.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna Mataji. After our exams are over, we can have one class, right? Where all devotees and you
Yeah,
and
we
we
can
can
all
have an
meet.
interaction with you, Mataji.
Yeah, we can all meet.
Thank you, Mataji.
So by the way, this Saturday is Ramaneshwar Prabhu's birthday. So please try to come for Mangalarti and try to attend early the Bhagavatam class. Okay.
We do it. Yes, Mataji. Mataji, do you want me to bring anything for you from Bengal?
No, you bring for Radha Govinda.
Okay, Mataji. All right, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, actually from 3 to 10 July, I am traveling for a very important exam, Mataji. So I would not be able to attend the closed book and the open book assessment.
Oh.
Sorry, not the closed book and the shloka exam.
Okay, no problem. Anyway, see, there are some devotees. Okay, wait, I'll take the poll now. See, somebody can raise the hands. Is there anything pending in the module 1 for anyone? Open book or closed book? Okay, Suma Mataji. What about module 2? Yeah, Lavanya Mataji has open book. Kanchan Mataji. Okay, module 2. Module 3 is last 6 chapters. Then Nectar of Devotion. Nectar of Devotion, open or closed? Okay. Nectar of Instruction, that is module 5. Open, closed, sloka. Nobody has? Okay. So Isha, so what we'll do, Mansi Mataji, like afterwards, like towards the end of July, before I send your mark sheets to Mayapur Institute, I'll give you 1 day session to write up all your backlogs. Like 1 day you can come and we can all meet. Whoever has pending slots, pending exams of module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, 5, 6, sloka, theory, closed and open book. Okay. Open, I'll give the question. You can write and submit in a day. But closed book, you have to on the videos and sit. And sloka, I'll take you to the breakout room and finish sloka. So 1 extra day will be given. Those who cannot do can come on that day and finish off the slots, finish it up. But attendance, I can't help. Some of you are in the blacklist for attendance. But what I can do, I can't help. I just can do something is I can hold your names and give you a chance to attend that module with some other teacher like Sadatushta, Achita Prabhu or Prem Kishori Mataji, and many are taking in English. When Sujata Mataji will be doing. So you can all join them and finish 1 module and come with attendance. But you don't have to write exam with them. If you have written here, you can just attend those classes and come. Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji,
Can you give the names of those who have less attendance?
Yeah, that's what. So my admin is working on that because all the modules have to be put together and all the co-hosts have shared the attendance, has to share the attendance. So we'll work on that and we'll see. Some of them have sloka pending, so for them also. And some of them have discontinued the course in middle. Like Viju Prabhu and who was that? Ganeshan Prabhu and so many because of some personal reasons. So their name has to be removed. So finally it will be around 40, 44 might be, 45. No? Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
We can close
Hare
here.
Krishna Mataji.
Mataji, one question.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Small question. Can we show Mangalarti to the family members before their bath, Mataji, at that time in the morning? Can we show them? Can we give them Mangalarti?
Before bath, actually, we should not touch the lamp at all. But the thing is, might be from a distance, they can just do like that. That's also considered okay. Because sometimes if there are many devotees for some festival, the pujari doesn't bring the lamp near. If you just show it from the stage and we just do sankalpa of taking in the mind. Because without taking it, it will be shuchi, muchi, if you can't touch.
Okay. Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Vancha Kalpadara Kripasindhu.